Hey guys, how you doing? This is Reagan's Love YouTube channel. Today's topic, single toss training, and I have a question coming from Joey um, Joey so Sobremonte and Joe BarafaKo. Tama ba yung pronunciation ko? If not, sorry. Um, but anyway, the question was um, if I used um, single toss training method, and and what is the difference in between the single toss and a group toss, and I could answer that, and I could probably give you a good um, methods. Like I said again, I repeat, this is my methods and works for me 100%, and it's up to you if you want to do it, but this is proven. So but anyway, let's go back to the question. Well, first of all, let's go back to from the beginning. I'll tell you a story when I was beginner, like some of you guys, and I only have 30 to 40 birds at the time, and I'm competing those guys like have 80 birds, 100 birds, 150 birds. They hold all the birds. Um, Basically, I've been outnumbered, so on the beginning, um, first, it's really nice to do it on young birds, because young birds, they are, they basically they're learning to become the leader. They're learning about, the navigation, exploring, and they're learning about, to become a smart. So let's go on the young birds. Okay, now on the beginning, yes, I do use the single toss, and but before we go into that, make sure before you do that method, you make sure your young birds has to be trained for at least 40 miles, and then they are coming back good, because if you don't train that, it's kind of hard um, to them to learn it, because like I said, this is a young birds, they're not all birds yet. So first day of training, do 1 mile, 2 miles, 10 miles, and 15 miles, 20 miles, couple toes, 20 miles. They come back good, and toss it on 30 miles or 25 miles. Toss it again. It depends. If you toss 25 miles, and then if they come home like really late, so something's going on in there, so you're gonna have to toss it back at the same place and the same distance where you toss it. So once you see them coming back good, and in a good speed, and if they come back and then just fly around, stick around, that's good. That's a good sign. So next thing you know, move up to 30. Okay, this is my rule of thumb. If they come back 30 miles, you could toss it 60, but this is my bird. Okay, so um, but but for you, I would suggest 30 miles, probably three tossed at 30, go 35, and then go 40. And the main the main distance is 40. Okay, toss it couple times. Like I said, if they come back good, that's a good sign. And then you start from there. Okay, now if you have limited of birds, limited of young birds, depends how many you have. For let's go for the 10, because sometimes in PI in Philippines, they don't have much. They have 10, 15, 20, or 30. So let's go on 10. um, my advice to you, if you only have 10, so don't force them, like go like 30 and 60. Okay, so just 30, 35, 40. Okay, if you don't have any missing, if they coming good, so single toss them, at least started for in two groups, so divide it on two, um, so five at a time. And the best way to do it, and this is how I do it. um, let's say if you toss it like 7 o'clock in the morning, right, and then the next group is gonna be at least 10 minutes difference, because this, I believe, and this is my belief again, that pigeon could see up to 6 miles. So basically, if you release the young birds too close, and what's gonna happen is they're gonna see them, let's say 2 minutes apart, and on the second batch they will see the young birds on the front. So what's gonna happen is they're gonna fly so hard to catch up. Okay, so you don't want to do that. So you have to back off at least 10 minutes or 5 minutes the most. So it's up to you how if you have time, do like 15 minutes. The longer is the better. So now if those five coming back good, and then the other second batch is coming good, so that's a good sign. So split them up again in two. So you're gonna on 10 you're gonna have four groups now. So probably the first group is three, and the second group is two, and the third group is three, and the third group is two, right? So if they still coming back good, and that's a good sign again, and then do it again on 40. Okay, and then now you can single toss one bird each distance is 5 minutes. I think it's good enough for me because it's just one bird. So one bird, toss it. That's the single toss. That's my method, and it works good. And the advantage for it, you're not only training the birds, and you are training them to how to become a smart bird, and then you training them to become a leader. So basically, the advantage is, they will break away. Let's say the time when the race time comes, and when you release a lot of birds at the same time, and they usually they go in flock by flock, right? So basically, what's gonna happen? Your bird is smart enough, and they are leader. Believe in one flock there is a leader. Let's say if there is 100 birds, it should be have 10 leaders in there, or one leader in there, two leaders in there, and maybe that was one of yours, right? Because you're doing the single toss. Right now, um, let's go to the release time, and it, they go like one block, two blocks. So, but basically, um, they coming home in different direction. Probably if you're raised in the south, they probably go on the southwest or southeast, or some different direction. The purpose of this is you have a better chances to to break to break away, meaning you know basically the young birds are are followers. Some of the birds, believe me, 100% they are followers. So basically, if they go if they go fly in one block, and then let's say this is your home, turn left, so he's gonna turn left. He's not gonna go this way, so that's A plus. And then that's how how you beat some other good flyers and everything, because you have a smart bird and you have a leader bird. So he's gonna break away and then go straight home, and then boom, and see your speed. So that's the advantage of the single toss, and um, it works. I mean, on my first year when I started, man, I won 7 times first place. And then I'm competing. We're talking about I'm competing the 30 years experience, 40 years experience, 20 years experience in pigeon racing. So, but basically, I created my own method. This is my method. I don't know what others said, but this is works for me 100%. And then I don't wanna I don't want I don't wanna brag my birds, my bloodlines, but right now I'm not using. At this point, I'm not using what do you call this, single toss. It's just because I have too many birds to be to do a single toss. Um, let's say this is what I'm doing. Let's say if sometimes you saw me in my last video. I'm doing like uh, two birds at a time, but that's all birds because I only have few. Um, I only have 20 that time to compete, so I'm doing the training them, practice them, So okay, so but right now I have a different story because I have 80 birds when I started, so I don't have any time, you know, to do a single toss, because if I do that, I'm gonna be like all day long in there. So but anyway, um that's the topic, and then I don't want to brag my birds, but this is the only thing I could tell you. I don't have to do that anymore. It's just because 70% of my young birds are pool sibling sa champion ko, and the best breeder I have here. So I know that when I train them, they're really smart enough to be a leader. Smart enough to come back home by themselves. So ang key dyan is the foundation. If you have a good foundation, and if you have a good birds, and then your birds are proven, so you don't have to do that, like kind of, uh, that kind of method. But this is a good method for you guys. I want to share it. That's why I want to share it to you. Kasi it's in Philippines, it's the birds are limited. So then again, the next video probably I'm gonna, if I have more time, I'm gonna explain how to do, conditioning for trainings and some other stuff. And also I have a question need to be answered. Sorry if I cannot answer it quick, because sometimes I got a lot of question and I just forgot about that question. But if I forgot, please remind me again on the comment below, and then write it down, and I'm willing to answer. Like I said, I'm here to help, and I'm not making money of these, and I just want to share what I have, because I'm proud to be a Pinoy here in America, flying a racing pigeon, and to become a champ. I become a champion here in East Coast. So yun, and then I want you to learn, para you don't have to waste time and money. But the most important thing is the foundation. And then if you don't have that yet, I know there's a lot of you guys are beginners. Yeah, my recommendation is do the single toss. And that's the difference on the yung question kanina. What's the difference for release them all and then the single toss? And when you see people like doing a lot of release training, so meaning to say they have already foundation, and then they probably that's the reason. That's why you don't see some people like doing single toss. And I hope I answer your question. If not, um, ang dami kong ibabrag out shout out sa next video. And I just have no time, but promise I will do it. And also I want to talk about some people asking me how much for my birds. Please understand, and my birds are proven, and champions. And it takes me some time to to get these kind of bloodlines. And also about people asking me if I could do how they can get one of my bloodlines. I have a shipping on on November or first week of December. And me and Brown G have any created the idea, and I did talk to him about it. And then I think it's a good idea that I could share, at least do raffle. So I'm probably gonna send one very very good bloodlines, and on a raffle. So but I'm gonna make a video for that and more details. So I know this video is long, but if you stay tuned and if you finish it, and you will learn it. So I hope, then again, I hope I answer your question. Ano pa ba? I think that's it. If I miss anything, so just write down below, and please subscribe and support. I think this is the only way that I could I keep answering. I keep doing this, in your full support. So I could help any out there that struggle, because sometimes I know some fans here, they won't give them the secret, but I'm willing to guide you in the right path, and then that will save you money, that will save you time. Okay, and the next topic nga pala, and then the next video about the oregano and garlic, and what else, garlic, oregano, and what do you call that, hindi naman ipil-ipil, ano ba yung tawag doon, what do you call that, but anyway, nakalimutan ko na. It's like a green leaves in Philippines. So if I use that, I have different methods for it. So on the next video, I will explain it to you how I use the garlic, how I use the oregano, and so for it. But yep. So thank you for watching, and subscribe, and don't forget, hit the bell. And if you have any question, write down below, and I will answer it. All right. Thank you, and I appreciate it for your watching.